What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the Bleacher Report, your daily news source, kind of just a faff around all the good things in football, based around what is on Bleacher Report, of course. And we are going to be talking a little bit about Manchester United, but also we're going to be giving credit to all you Arsenal fans out there who got to see your team win 2-1 yesterday over Chelsea, who are the supreme bottlers if and only if Manchester United go on to win the Europa League, which is also coming back this week on Wednesday. You can tune into whatever channel shows Europa League in your area of the world. I believe they're playing at 12 p.m., but I'll do a little bit of a preview for that later on this week. So, let's get into it. I need talking shit to the best ever coach, yeah. Everything I say always rhymes, so you can't talk shit to me online. Of course you can. Of course you can at diagrams_Twitter. Not diagrams_Twitter. _@ diagrams on Twitter. You can go ahead and catch me there. You can talk shit to me. You can have a conversation with me. I will be responding at my convenience, and you can post and talk to me at your convenience. Sound good? Sounds good. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this set up. Sorry, I'm not on my A game at the moment, which is okay. We're going to do that. And we are joined by Content Robbie, speaking to us today. Not actually, but he's going to go ahead and join us today because we all know that Robbie, DT Troops, the AFTV boys, all the Arsenal fans are super stoked on their win yesterday, as they should be. And I got to be honest, I was discounting Arsenal at the end of the season, a week or so ago, even though I knew they were going up into an FA Cup final. And it wasn't that I didn't think they were going to win. I was totally underrepresenting how important a FA Cup win would actually be to the club. Now that I've seen it, and now that I've kind of seen the spirits of their club, and how Arteta kind of handled the situation, handled the game. Look, Arsenal's not a problem right now, but I could see them being a problem. There's a lot of good things going on there, and I mean, they need a lot of quality to compete. That nothing's changed there. But if you look at the actual situation that's developing or would have developed, the situation that's developing and or would have developed had they not won that game, they won. So they're in the Europa League. I don't care what anyone says about the Europa League. It is a European competition, and players want to play in Europe, no matter what. It doesn't matter if it matters if you're in Champions League or Europa League, but you have to at least be in the Europa League as a top club. 2, trophies, man. Trophies. Players want trophies. Players looking at Chelsea, the ones who haven't already signed, will be looking at Chelsea saying, okay, Champions League's good, but am I going to go to Chelsea and play for Frank Lampard when they play like that in a final? I don't know. I know that Arsenal doesn't look great right now, but guess what? Arteta with that squad is winning trophies. I mean, that's a huge pull. I mean, I played competitive soccer as a kiddo. All the teams in the state, Northern California and Southern California are split, but all the teams in Northern California, and we made it pretty far. But in the end, it doesn't matter because we didn't win. It did feel kind of good, but there's a natural progression, and it must end with a trophy, or it doesn't count for that much. So that's what I have to say on that. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into the news as long as you guys can see it. Yep, we're right there. All right. Let's see what we got going on with Manchester United. Give it a quick refresh. See what's going on. Not a sponsor. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and start riffing real quick because I do want to talk about, look at that, Manchester United in Europe. So, I don't know why I just did that, but here we go. We have some fixtures coming up on Wednesday. We play on Wednesday. There will be Europa League fixtures on Thursday as well. I'm not going to go too in-depth here, but Manchester United is playing the second leg against Lask on Wednesday, 12 p.m. my time, Pacific time, California. So it won't really, depending on where you live, it will probably be something different, but you can always just look it up. Yeah, so that looks good, but for the game on Wednesday, we're just going to be playing a second-string team anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If I'm really honest, you guys, I want to win that competition. I actually think that it's necessary, given what I just said, for Manchester United to go ahead and win that competition. I don't think that there's any, it doesn't really matter because we're already in the top 4 and we already qualified for the Champions League. I don't think that's true. That's true, but I don't think that's not enough for us. Manchester United needs a trophy at this point. The sooner we get that trophy, especially under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the better off this group of players and this team will be, because they need that feeling. They need to know what it's like to win. They need to they don't only just need to know what it's like to win as a group, but they need to be able to trust in the manager that he can lead them to the point where they can actually be winning trophies. It's massive, man. It's massive. So, Europa League dudes, ladies and dudes, we need to be winning a trophy, and that is a great opportunity. We are actually 4 games away, and really that's 3 because we're not getting knocked out against Lask. So yeah, I would play the kids against Lask on Wednesday and move from there. Let's see. Manchester United in Europe. Matic, we can't allow Liverpool and City to dominate. I agree, man, but I think that really depends on what we end up doing in the transfer window and how committed our board and executives at the club are to seeing that through. Personally, I don't think that they're committed to that at all. I think they want Champions League, and I think they want it every season, and I think that's all they care about. As long as we have the right people at the club, though, I think we can still push on to the next level and grab a title or 2 here in the next 5 years. But it's going to be tough. So we just kind of have to hope, figure out what's going on. Yes, the reason why I was singing earlier. Rooney. Fergie got tactics wrong in UCL finals. Let's dive into it. Let's see what he said. Because I'm sure he did. I don't think that Sir Alex Ferguson was the best tactician in the world. I think he was excellent at getting the best out of good players and completely average players. I think that was his superpower, so to speak. Should have approached games more pragmatically. All right, this is a boring article. He's just saying that Manchester United should have been more pragmatic. That's not what Sir Alex Ferguson was ever about, though. He was kind of a lunatic in the way that he approached games, and he was an entertainer. He wanted to see his teams perform for the fans because he knew that that's what ultimately bought him and the club a lot of faith with the greater football community. It's the fact that they could compete at the top level while also playing incredibly expansive football, which is why we, us United fans at least, all love our club. So that's that. Wayne Rooney just, I don't really care because Rooney actually kind of has earned the right to criticize Sir Alex. And they didn't always see eye to eye anyways, but Rooney also gave up a lot of his career to work with Sir Alex and kind of drop into midfield more and extend his career. I mean, Sir Alex told him that dropping into midfield would extend his career, and he obliged. And he also was a great servant to the club and a great player for Sir Alex. So Manchester United. Having spoken with Gabriel, I'm not gonna try to. You know, that's a funny thing. People are posting on Twitter and YouTube and all over the place talking about this guy. Every time they have to read out his name, they just call him Gabriel, because that name right there. That name. Sorry. That name. That name, right? Fucker. That name right there. Actually, let's find out. Let's see what it says. I figured it would just fill that in. Yeah, that's fine. My God, that's easy. It's like, I'm just an idiot, you guys. That's it. Yeah, that was quite easy. Anyhow, Manchester United have spoken with Gabriel Magalhaes, Magalhaes' entourage over a potential transfer. Takes in-depth look at Gabriel and why at £25 million. He could be the ideal center back to partner Harry Maguire. This is a really interesting rumor, mostly because it's still, I think, Napoli and Everton are the two teams that are talking to him. Obviously, supposedly, sorry about this, fan. Obviously, apparently, Manchester United are talking to his entourage, which means basically talking to his agents, maybe some close hookups. Lots of Brazilian players keep their family very close, maybe father being an agent or something. But anyways, yeah, obviously, there will be some clips over here or down there that I'll be playing right about now. And he's a good player. He's quick. He's left-footed. He looks crisp. I was watching a YouTube video earlier with some guys, and they made a really good point. One of the guys had played against them. I think a Chelsea fan had been playing against them, against Lille earlier in the season, and he said, you know what? I really like the look of Gabriel, but I didn't really see him in the game. And it's like, yeah, and he made the point himself. I'm not saying that I figured this one out, but he's like, but you know what? That's probably a good thing. And it is probably a good thing, especially from your center back. You don't want to fucking know they're there. You just want them to do their defensive duties, clean, simple. Really don't need to say more than that. You just don't want to know anything about them. You just want them to do their job and get the fuck out. Back to Benoit, who, sorry if you're French, but Benoit, I said yesterday that I really want the player. Still do. Want him even more now. And it does look like things might be getting a little bit more serious in regards to this. Just the way that this article, I kind of skipped over it yesterday, which was too bad because it's actually good. So it says, Manchester United now in talks with Monaco for Benoit. TF1 report that Premier League side Manchester United is now in contact with AS Monaco about the possibility of signing 19-year-old central defender Benoit this summer. Bundesliga club Bayer Leverkusen still lead the race for the French youth international, having been locked in talks for the past 4 weeks now to sign the teenager. Real Madrid's interest in the talent is somewhat overstated by the Spanish press at this juncture, although Los Blancos have had some initial contact with the player's entourage. AS Monaco are seeking to earn at least 30 million euros from any deal. So, the key part there is Real Madrid's interest might be overstated, which gives me a little bit of hope because between Manchester United and Leverkusen, I'm not saying Leverkusen aren't a good team and not a historic club, because they are, but I think Manchester United wins that battle. Definitely. I definitely think Manchester United can beat Leverkusen to that signature. I still don't know if we're actually in for him. This still could be just a story where they're trying to bump up the price by mentioning Manchester United, which is literally what the media does all the time. So, who knows? But I'm a little bit encouraged. I wish I had read it yesterday, but at least we've read it now. And one last thing on Manchester United. Just going to go ahead and pull this straight from my Twitter, _diagrams on Twitter. It looks like you could see here, actually. Let's get into it. This is Jan, whatever, Forch or whatever. He said, I said the 60 million euro initial fee was too low. Build, which on this case has great sources, says Man United have offered 70 million initial fee, 30 and 20 installments in next. Yeah, so it looks like we're getting closer, because it looks like the 120 million euro, not pound, but euro valuation has been met. But now Manchester United is just trying to not go too high with the initial outlay, the initial cash that they have to give Dortmund, which makes sense because, look, all the deals that are this big, they all go through installments, because outlaying 100 million euros is your entire transfer budget, and it doesn't leave you any room for being flexible in the future. So it's necessary to consider trying not to do that. But that being said, Dortmund will want an enormous chunk of cash up front. It's only natural, and that's what they'll have to do. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you like the content, or even if you don't like the content, go ahead and do it anyways, because I could really use the help promoting all this. Also, go and check the socials out. That's @_diagrams on Twitter. All right, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.